Skip the post-workout shake for a second. The protein mistake that quietly costs you muscle isn't about what you drink, it's about leaving 12-hour gaps where your body has nothing to build with. Most people treat protein like a daily quota. Hit your grams by midnight and you win. But your muscles don't read a daily total, they respond in pulses, meal by meal, and what happens between those pulses matters just as much as the sum. When you load almost all your protein into one giant dinner, you spend most of the day in a slightly catabolic state, breaking tissue down faster than you rebuild it. The total looks fine on paper. The pattern is working against you. Here's what that neglect actually does, in 3 specific ways. First, your muscle. Muscle protein synthesis, the actual process of laying down new tissue, gets switched on by a threshold dose of the amino acid leucine, roughly 2 to 3 grams per meal. Below that threshold, the signal barely fires. So if you eat a piece of toast for breakfast, a small salad for lunch, and then 70 grams of chicken at dinner, you've triggered that build signal exactly once in a day where you could have triggered it 3 or 4 times. Studies on protein distribution show people who spread intake evenly across meals build measurably more lean mass than those eating the same total in a lopsided pattern. You weren't undereating protein. You were undersignaling. Second, your focus, and this one surprises people. The amino acid tyrosine is the raw material your brain uses to make dopamine and norepinephrine, the chemicals behind alertness and drive. When you go from waking up to 2 p.m. without real protein, you're not just starving muscle, you're running low on the precursors for the neurotransmitters that keep you sharp. That mid-afternoon fog you blame on caffeine withdrawal? Some of it is a protein-poor morning catching up with you. A breakfast that's all refined carbs spikes blood sugar, then drops it, and gives your brain almost no tyrosine to work with. You feel it by 10:30. Third, the slow erosion you can't see until it's gone. After about age 30, the average adult loses 3 to 8% of muscle mass per decade, a process called sarcopenia. The single biggest dietary lever against it is hitting that leucine threshold consistently across the day, especially at breakfast, the meal most people skip or carb load. Ignore protein timing for years and you don't notice anything dramatic. Then one day stairs feel harder, recovery takes longer, and you assume it's just aging. A lot of it was a breakfast that never had enough protein to defend the muscle you already had. Now the flip. The fix is almost embarrassingly simple, and it costs you nothing extra. Keep your daily target where the research points, somewhere between 1.6 and 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight if you're training and want to grow. For someone around 75 kilograms, that's roughly 120 to 165 grams a day. But instead of asking only how much, ask how often. Split that total across 3 or 4 meals, and make each one land at least 30 to 40 grams. That's enough to clear the leucine threshold every time and keep the build signal firing through the day instead of once at night. And let go of the old anxiety about the 30-gram ceiling. The idea that your body can only use 20 or 30 grams per sitting and wastes the rest is a myth. Your gut absorbs it all, just more slowly, and a larger dose keeps amino acids elevated longer. The famous post-workout window is real but far wider and gentler than the supplement industry sold you. Getting solid protein within a few hours of training is plenty. So here's the one thing to do this week: fix breakfast. Tomorrow morning, before the toast or the cereal, put 30 to 40 grams of protein on the plate, 3 eggs plus Greek yogurt, a scoop of whey and oats, cottage cheese, whatever fits your life. That single change closes the longest catabolic gap most people have, the overnight into morning stretch, and it tends to steady your focus before noon almost immediately. You don't need a new diet. You need to stop saving all your building material for one meal and start handing it to your body in steady portions, the way it actually asks for it. The grams were never really the problem. The spacing was.